I'm showing you. This is the market data from July of 2025. And oh, by the way, yes, I know it's the month of August. I'm not delusional. Our data is always 1 month in arrears just because of how long it takes to collect the information. So if we look at this, right, and we look at the median price point for Wake County, it's $490,000. Okay, is that down slightly? Sure it is, but it's less than 1%, 0.4% down from last year this time. That's good news. Now, between June and July, it's down 2%. But the point is, yeah, okay, that seems like it's negative, but if we look at this, there was an uptick back in June, right, from where it was a year ago. So in my mind, this means that the price points, yeah, okay, slightly down, but relatively flat. And then here, if we look at closed sales, we've actually sold more homes since last year this time, 19.2%. That's great news. That means homes are actually selling. That doesn't mean we're in a seller's market. It means we're in an even market, okay? But the point is that people are still buying. And I keep hearing, oh, interest rates. What? Yeah, okay, interest rates are what interest rates should be. Interest rates right now are normal. And I know that's hard for a lot of people to accept because we got almost an entire generation of people who got used to these low interest rates that we had. And it was just an exceptionally long bubble for interest rates. And that's something that's really important to keep in perspective. The point is, 6.5%, it's a good deal. Don't think it's not. Okay, median days on market. This is really good news. Now, it's gone up 75% year over year. Oh my God, 75%. But let's put that in perspective. 21 days. 21 days is the median time on market. That's not that long. I understand it's not what we were seeing in 2021, where a house would sell in coming soon state before it ever even got on the market. But for real estate, that's awesome, especially if we were to go look at some of the national averages. National averages, I'm hearing from other realtors in other markets, and I stay in tune with a giant network of realtors all across the country and in Canada. And they're typically 60 to 90s, but here in the Triangle, especially Wake County, we're doing great. 21-day median time on market. But this is the best news of all. Everybody is saying, and what I'm hearing when I'm talking to sellers is, oh gosh, we just, everybody was telling us we're overpriced. But the reality is 98.8% of homes are selling at list price. Okay, wait a minute. You're saying to me, you've heard something different, but here's what I'm trying to get to. Just because a price reduction may occur while the house is on the market does not mean it did not sell for list price. In fact, when a house is not selling, in the vast majority of the cases, not all, but the vast majority, it's because the house is overpriced. In other words, one of my mantras is, all houses will sell. It's just a question is for how much, right? But the bottom line is that if 98.8% of the homes are selling at list price, that means that even if they took a price reduction, what happened when they did that is it kicked up interest from the buyers, and then maybe they got some competition. We don't know. There's no way to know. But the bottom line is that 98.8% are still getting list price. And oh, by the way, that's only down 0.8% from last year. Okay, that's not like market crash, right? So get that crash crap out of your head. It's not worth listening to. All right. Price per square foot has only gone down 2.6%. Again, that's good news. New listings. Now, we are seeing a lot more listings. This is a good thing because it means now there's actually inventory that buyers can buy. 2021 was a nightmare for a buyer to go actually purchase a home. And we also see there's a lot more inventory. If we look here, active inventories at 4,576 for the month of July, which is up 47% from last year. But again, we still only have 2.7 months of inventory. What that means is that in 2.7 months, if no other home ever gets listed, we have 0 houses to sell. So you have to put all this stuff in perspective, okay? All this is telling us is that the triangle area market is actually very healthy compared to the rest of the nation. In fact, it's actually pretty good compared to even just an average real estate market. So if you're out there crying the blues because your home didn't sell, why don't you give us a call? We'll tell you the truth. And that's what's most important, is to find out what your home is really worth, so you don't have somebody feeding you pie in the sky numbers that just aren't reality. Because in the end, what you need and what you want is to get your home sold so that you can move on to that next chapter in your life. So give the Wall Realty team a call. We'll help you out. Thank you. Have a great day.